Hello, Mike. How you doing? Can you hear me and all that good stuff? Just a little warm up. Triplet vamp. Hands are cold. It's cold in here. Any questions from the other night, Mike, or the other lesson you want to go over? If you have the syncopation book handy, we could work from the syncopation book tonight, or we could work from the stick control book, or do some rudiments, whatever you want. All right, it's not a problem. You have the syncopation book with you, in front of you. Alright, what I want to do is I wanted to do the triplet fill-ins and talk a little bit. Good. Alright. Now, the syncopation book, it's, there's 3 editions. The first edition, second edition, which I have in front of me. In the third edition, they changed totally. They changed the cover, it comes with a disc. And they put some pictures in it of the greats, like, you know, Vinny Colaiuta, Steve Gadd, Dave Weckl, what's his name, with Rush, Neil Peart, all those guys. And they commercialized it. It's still the same book, but the page numbers, they're in unison, 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're not the same as the second edition. Let's take a page from the syncopation book. Your choice, Mike. Give me a page that you want to work from, and then we'll work on it. Now, again, like the stick control book, I have a ton of different ways to do this. And the first step is to learn how to play it on one surface. Your choice, Michael. What page would you like to work from? No response. All right. Lesson 11, page 24. All right. Good. Okay. Now, it's written in 4/4. We all know the definition of 4/4. You've been playing for a while. And this is a combination of, and as a matter of fact, I'm in the process of making videos for this book, from starting from the beginning to the end. And for example, if I made a video of lesson 11, I'd have lesson 11 on one surface. Then it would be syncopation book lesson 11, page 24. And I would make a few other ones, lesson 11, page 24A. then B, then C, then D. All the different ways of having to do this. Now, what this is, it's just straight up reading the difference between, in this particular case, eighth notes and 16th notes. Now, everybody gets confused. As when I was first learning how to read, I always would get confused with these figures. The 2/16ths and the eighth, or the eighth and the 2/16ths. I would get confused. So, let's do this mathematically first. The first downbeat, one, first I'm going to count this not as written, but I'm going to count a 16th note counting as 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and now I'm going to take the first downbeat and I'm counting 1 E and so now you have 2/16ths. One, I'm going to demonstrate it with one hand. 1 E. Then you have an eighth note, which is equal to 2/16, so it would be and the. So I have 1 E and the. That's the first downbeat. Then I continue to the end. I have 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and you understand that so far, Mike? Now I'm only taking this to one tempo, nice and slow. So we're doing it on one surface. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 again. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and third time 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Very simple reading. What's confusing is, when you get the 2/16ths and the eighth, or you get the eighth and 2/16ths. I always used to have problems with it, but it's just mathematical. You look at, like I said, the first downbeat, 2/16ths, 1 E. Then you have the eighth note, which is equal to 2/16ths and the. And you're only playing the and. So you have 1 E and 2 E and. Line 2. Now we have the eighth note first, and then the 2/16ths. So, the eighth note being first, goes 1 E and the. So we have 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the. Very simple. 1 and the 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm still counting the 16th notes. Now we go to line 3. As you can see, he shifted the 16th note figure and 8th note figure to the second downbeat. So we have 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and just repeats itself for 4 measures. Now, what I'm doing is I'm in the 16th note pulse. I'm thinking 16th notes. If I go back to line 1 and say, okay, it's a lot of counting. I'm going to play it faster. I'm not going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to change my thought process right now. The second step will be I'm going to count in 8th notes. So I have to feel the 16th. So I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Simple. Now that's taking it to the 8th note. I do the second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. Now, what I'm doing there, I'm just counting 8th notes. I can take it up a little bit and say count just quarter notes, and I have to feel the whole figure. Go back to line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16th note counting at first to get the distance going on, to understand the math. I'm not dealing with the figure like da 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 da. I'm not humming it. I'm counting it. Now, with that is a simple kind of page to read. What I see with my students, or with students in general, is they have that problem with the 2/16 coming first, or the 2/16 coming last. So you have to make that distinction. It's all math. 2/16 equal an eighth. 2/8 equal a quarter, and we're home. You understand that, Mr. Mike? Now this is just on one surface: 16th note counting, 8th note counting, and quarter note counting. That's it. Now, it gets a little, as you say, now what do I do? Do I go to the next page? Yeah, you can go to the next page because you have the experience. But the way I like to do this is, like I said this afternoon, we're doing some reading, as a matter of fact. And what I said this afternoon was, you start the syncopation book and you do every page until the end, then you close it and go to another book. Well, yeah, you do that, but man, that's not the end of the syncopation book. The syncopation book is a classic book. Okay, and I've come up with a few different ways to do this. And the one way I like to do it, and it's a lot of fun to do it this way, as a matter of fact, but your reading skills have to be definitely on one surface very strong in order to take it to this level. What I do is, and this is a drum set application, what I like to do is when I sit at the drum set, I assign my limbs to a voice. My right hand on the ride cymbal, my left hand on the snare, my bass drum obviously with the right foot, and my hi-hat with the left foot. So what I'll do is I'll play quarter notes with all four limbs at the same time, in unison. Like 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1. Then what I'll do is I'll say, all right, I'm going to continually to play quarter notes, but I'm going to take one limb and assign it the line. So let's say I'm playing the quarter notes, 1E and 2, 3E and 4, and I'm going to say, all right, let me make the line the snare drum voice against the quarter notes. So now I'm going to be playing just the quarter notes with the bass drum, the hi-hat, and the ride cymbal. So I have 1E, and then I'm playing a line with the left hand, 4E, and 1E, and 1E, and Ambingara, 1E, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1E, and 2, and 3, and 4, and that's just taking the left hand. Then I can make it the bass drum. Okay? I can say, all right, now bass drum, you're going to play the line. So now I'm playing quarter notes. Now this is actually something for a drum set application, and I will, when we put the lesson site back on, and when I invite people from there, we'll do this as a drum set application. But in the meantime, just bear with it. I'm going to make the bass drum the line. Okay, and I'm going to play all four limbs, the snare drum, the ride cymbal, and the hi-hat as quarter notes. So I have 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the line now, 4 with the bass drum, and the 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E, and the 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E, and it looks a little simple, but it's unusual. And it's really a fun way, and a very productive way to read. Because what you're doing is you're having fun, that's what it's about. You're growing, you're developing the coordination, you're using your limbs, and your reading skills have to be very strong to do this. You agree with that, Mr. Mike? You like that method? Or you just want me to do it on one surface? Okay, I guess you do. All right. So, I mean, that's just another way. So now I fool around with it that way. And there's a couple thousand other ways I have to do it. And, you know, like I said, it's just a drum set application. But you have to become strong. And there is no dynamic markings, nor is there any accents. So if I turn the metronome on, and it's not too fast, let me try another tempo. Let me go to, say, 120. That's my quarter. And I'm going to play the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, to be honest with you, what I was doing was I was counting. But as you do this and you become stronger, eventually you can hum it. Watch. Instead of going 1 and 2, 3, 4. Simple. And I'll run what I'll do is I'll run the page down. Okay? On one surface at a variety of tempos. And then when I reach my max, I mean, I'm not in a contest, I'm not trying to make any records, I'm reading. And when I say my max is 180 or whatever, that's fine. I mean, you know, if I work towards hitting 200, 250, that's what I'm working towards. But it's not very necessary, but it won't hurt. Okay? And, you know, you have all these variety of ways of doing it. All right, what I wanted to do, all right, because now it seems like there's just you and I and two other people, and I don't know who they are. Nobody says hello inside of the chat. What happens with the chat, if somebody's viewing this stream, say on their iPhone or iPod, they can't get to the chat, as you know, right, Michael? So there's people viewing, and we had a lot of people in there this afternoon, maybe 15, which was really cool. You know, and it's like Wednesday night, and people are doing other things, I guess. So, what I'd like to do is take an exercise from Joe Morello's Master Studies. I believe you have the Master Studies book, Mike, number 27. Do you have the book? Okay, if you have the book, line 27, I'm not stealing anything. I made a formula out of this. And it is, well, the sticking on line 27 is, I'm not going to play the accent right now. It's just right, left, left, left. Then left, right, right, right. Now he has an accent on the first stroke, which is 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 4, E, and the... No speed. That's the formula. So now I say, okay, I'm going to make my right equal this. And I'm going to make my left equal this. So now if I do line, and this is a good exercise in journey into the levels. If I have the first line, it's just right, left, right, as written in the Master Studies. And it's giving you an attack from a different point. Now if I do line 3, it's going to be 2 rights in a row and then 2 lefts in a row, which would be 1. Now 1 has to be a full stroke, free stroke rather, to stay in position to nail 2. So I have 1, E, and the 2, E, and I kind of have to come up to be in position to hit the left. And that has to be a free stroke. 2, 3, E, and then 4, E, and the. So now I'm going to do line, that was line 3. yourself in position, and it's a great exercise, and it's a journey into the level system. It really helps. It's tremendously. You know, the thing is not to do it slow, is to do it correctly. So if I did line 3, I would do it this slow if I've never done it before. 1, E, and the. 2, E, and the. 3, E, and the. 4, E, and the. 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. You understand that, Michael? That's a hard one, but it's a good one. They're all good. You understand it? Yes, no, maybe? I didn't catch that. Okay. And it's a good exercise. It's number 27 in Master Studies. All right? And I took it and I made it a formula. R becoming what I just did. Right, left, left, left. L becoming. Okay? Now, that's what I wanted to do tonight, but you know, you wanted to work at some reading, say, in a syncopation book. And it seems to be your choice again, Michael. And that's okay. And this is good for you. It's good for everybody. Like I said, the people who can't get into the chat are watching. And this is being recorded, and the people will be watching it. So, other than lesson 11 and that formula, is there anything else that you would like to work on? I mean, I only can do a one surface kind of thing, other than, you know, no drum set application yet. So is there anything else that you'd like to work on from stick control? Let's say, I don't know if you and I ever did this. We'll do triplets. Let's go to the stick control book, page 8. Alright, page 8. Combination. Now it's in cut time, we're not going to deal with cut time yet. We're going to deal with 4/4. We get a little sip of coffee here. So on page 8, line number 1. It's single strokes with triplets, right and lead. So we have eighth notes and triplets. As you know, the table of time, line 3 and 4 is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you never did this before, you want to first of all see how it flows without a metronome, and then challenge the metronome. Find yourself a sweet spot with the metronome. Now I'm going to do this in full strokes, in the free strokes, I guess. All right. So you have 1 and 2 without the metronome, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So I said, okay, let me put the metronome on, and let me go to 60. That seems to be cool. And the metronome really gives you that distance correctly for the difference between eighth notes and the eighth note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Full stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now that's a simple one, and it's in full strokes. Now, what I like to do when I do line 1 is go to 13. Look at the triplet sticking on 13. It's the same attack from the beginning. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the beginning. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, beginning. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, Second one, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Now that's a good exercise, and that's 60. We're not trying to develop any speed. We go to line 2, and it's the same process I like to do. I hit line 2, I go to 14 afterwards. But let's hit line 2 first, and let's explain it. Again now, the way George Stone presents this is he strengthens that right hand lead, then he strengthens the left hand lead. And there is a big difference, especially, if you're right-handed, your left-hand side is usually weak. If you're left-handed, vice versa, your right-hand side is basically weak. So let's do line 2. Let me just start with line 2 the first time, just the first section, line 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Second section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you noticed, what I'm doing is I'm coming back to the same starting point before I make the next stroke. Like this, line 1 would be 1, I'm back, and back, 2, and at a triplet, I'm pop, 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 pop. I try to come back to that starting position before I make the next stroke. And that gives me a good feel and the power. 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Nice sound, nice solid sound. Okay, so that takes care of line 1 and 13, line 2 and 14. Now let's go to line 3. Now again, if you notice that line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are exactly like page 5, line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He keeps that sequence for a reason. And that's the, whatever the reason might be, it's to develop the strength and the attack on the right and the left equalized. So we go to line 3. Here we go. With the metronome. Let's do it with the metronome. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. My second side. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Bam. So I'm doing a single. Line 3. Sorry. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. This is line 3. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So on and so forth. Okay? Now up the tempo a little bit. And if I up the tempo somewhat, my sticks would naturally or normally should be lower because I don't have time for all of this up here. And that's where the views of the level comes in, where the control strokes for the accents, the different sounds. I can play them in full strokes. I mean, that's like, going to the gym and pushing yourself. And like I said, this is not a sport. So let's take, how about 120, Mike? Is that good for you? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Pop. Line 1. Is that okay with you? Alright, let's go to let's do line 1 and line 13 over and over again. 1, 2. page. Let me try to take that up a little bit. Now actually, the faster I play that, I'm not a workhorse, I want to keep it a little lower to the drum. So I'm going to do line 1 over and over again. Line 1. I want to take it up to, I'll give it an attempt, say at 180. That's not moving, but it's kind of moving. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready now. Sorry. Let's do 13. 1, 2. Now, you can walk up the metronome with this and say, okay, that's cool. Like I had that experience one time when I thought I had it going on. And when I was taking lessons with Joe Morello, we had a metronome called the Franz metronome. It had a light on the top and a dial on it, and it only went up to 208. And I practiced and practiced and practiced until I got this to 208. And I said, whoa, I got it going on now. That's cool. I'm there. And I go into the lesson and show him I did it at 208. He goes, all right, Patella, now you got to go to 104. And when I go to 104, all right, I have to think about it differently. Now I'm thinking in cut time, or 2-2 or 2-4, whatever you want to call it. So, what I do, I think of it now differently. Instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm thinking of it as 1E and 2 and 3E and 4 and. So now the 8th notes become 16ths. The 8th note triplets become 16th note triplets. Michael, do you know how to count the 16th note triplet? Michael? There's a couple different ways of counting them, and most people that I've come across count the triplet like 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet. And that to me doesn't really work. It's not incorrect. If it works for you, go with it. But I don't like that. What I like to do is, when I'm playing this, is count 8th notes. And for every count I feel the triplet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if I'm taking line 1 now, in cut time, I have, let me go to, I'm at 104, sorry. And it's 208 now, if I did it in 4. But I'm doing it in cut time. Here you go, 1 E and 2. You understand how I'm doing that, Mr. Mike? Here you go. Now the double on the triplet, what I'm trying to do, I'm not getting like this. I'm trying to equalize the sound on the right and left, like that. It's more of a stroke and rebound as I get faster. But do you understand that? So I'll do that, I'll do the whole page, and if you'd like I can go over the whole page for you, but I don't think that's really necessary. What I would like to do is move over to page 9. It's just an expansion of the exercises. I go to page 9, and I have a 4 measure increment. If I'm and it's still 4 measures if I'm cut time. because I'm going 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, and back. Let's do this first in 4, 4. What I do, the first 3 measures are the same. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and the 4 and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and the 4 and the. Now, I get to the last measure, it's just a measure of alternating triplets. So, it's a 4 measure increment now. I'm going to do this, let's say, 130, nice and easy. I'm going to play the line over and over again, a 4 measure increment. There's nothing like 20 times. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't know why that happens, that he put 20 times there. And that's okay. I mean, you know, really. I just like to do this as much as I possibly can, or as much as I need to. Can you imagine every drummer in this world opening up the stick control book, page 5, line 1 20 times, line 2 20 times? I don't understand that concept. But anyway, I'm going to do line 1, page 9, a 4 measure increment in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, back. And I'll take that up the metronome all over the place. And that's really nice to do that 4 measure increment. Now, once I get it going on, let's up it a little bit. Let's go to 180 again. That seems like a nice place. I'm going to do the first line over and over. Here you go. 1, 2, ready, now. And I'll do that as much as I can, or as often as I like. Now, that's the first thing that you want to do, because you moved over from line 1 on page 8 to line 1 on page 9, and we expanded on it. We put a 4 measure increment together and did on the 4th measure, just 8 note triplets. Now, the next move after that would be putting a vamp. The vamp meaning, now we're not going to use an 8th note vamp, we're going to use the triplet vamp. Okay, so I'm going to play the measure all the way through, I mean the line all the way through. When I get to the end of the line, I'm going to tag on, okay, a vamp. I'm going to play that line, the 4th measure, for 4 measures. The vamp being 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Back to the line. So let's slow that down. Okay? This is going to become a good exercise. Let's take it to 130. 1, 2, ready, now. 1, 2. Vamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Back. Vamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1. Do we understand that, Mr. Michael? Got it? And who else is in here? Nobody else is interacting with me. Say hello, people. My name is Matt. Your name is hello. Say something. That's what it's about. It's about learning. It's not about anybody being better than anybody else. It's about asking questions and putting your input in here so we could all learn by your technique. Pierre, how are you? Is this your first time here, sir? I don't know exactly what time you came here. Is this your first time? I hope you understand English, because there seems to be a lot of language barriers. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, good. We got a new guy. Okay, 2 minutes ago. All right, you missed the beginning of the lesson, which is okay. You know, you're from Canada. All right, it's the same time zone. I do these lessons on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Let me put that up for you. Hold on. I think. Give me a break here. This is new to me. There you go. Oh, that's my registration. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Let's try this one. There you go. Now, Pierre, here's what this is about. Let it, there you go. This is, for the month of August, I'm doing YouTube lessons on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. As you can see the time there, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Okay, this is all free. And here's the link to the channel. Now, what I've been doing is people have been emailing me, and I email them back. I put them on my, first of all, I put them on my email list, my mailing list, and then I write out the agenda for the remainder of the month. And with that, I supply for you PDF files for the lesson. So if you would like to become a member of that, you can email me, and I'll email you the agenda for the remainder of the month with PDFs. So let me give you my email. That sound okay to you? Where did he at? Hey, it's not coming in. Here you go. Now that's my, okay, if you can do that, that's great. But there's my email. You email me, I'll put you on my mailing list. I'll send you the agenda for the remainder of the month. And I'll send PDF files with that. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm doing 3 nights a week on YouTube is because I shut my site down for the month until September. It's under construction. I've been doing some changes, and I've only been doing one surface exercises on this site because the cameras and everything here is not set up for drum set application. If you want to become a member of the site, okay, here's the times for the site and here's the cost. Now, the cost is only $14.99 a month or $59.99 for 6 months. You get all those lessons. There's 6 lessons a week, okay, for that price, plus PDF sheets if needed. Now, if you don't want to become a member, that's okay as well. No problem. I'm still going to be doing YouTube lessons like this. And occasionally, I will I will open up my site as a free invite that you can come and do some drum set applications and check it out. And that's what I've been doing, and I've been getting a lot of different new members, and everybody seems to like it. The price is, I think, totally correct, and we have a whole lot of fun. Some good players, some beginners, some intermediates. What I do not do is label the lesson as tonight's advanced lesson, tonight's intermediate lesson. It's just a lesson. Okay, and everybody hones in, we have a chat, we talk. All right, thank you. And we will send you everything that you need, Pierre. Okay? Pierre, email, we'll just get a little thing going on here. You tell me who you are, how long you've been playing, what kind of music you like, so on and so forth. Hopefully you have a YouTube channel. And if you do, that would be great because you could make videos and we could exchange videos and, you know, let me see what you're doing. No problem, man. My pleasure, sir, Mr. Pierre. Tell your friends. Gee, yo, man, like, you know, this guy's crazy. He's giving away free lessons. So on and so forth. Okay, what we were doing, do you have the stick control book with you? You have that in front of you? I just need a drink of water first. Do you have the stick control book? I'm going to go back to the site. I've been explaining to Mike and whoever else is. Okay, go ahead, if you like. Just let me know when you come back. Okay? Now, Mike, let me go back to that. Thank you for dealing with that. I appreciate it, Mr. Mike. Let's go back to page 9. We stopped at the vamp. I might have to go over this a little bit more as soon as Pierre comes back, if you don't mind. And that's cool because it just reinforces something maybe you might have missed, and it doesn't hurt. So now, the first step was, like I said, page 8, line 1. Now, you go to page 9, line 1. It's a 4-measure increment with the last measure being straight ahead triplets. Like I said, we did it at 130. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay? Then, you got it, okay. Turn to page 9. What I'm sharing with everybody is how I went through this, and we're on page 9, line 1. Okay? And what we're doing, I just went over before you came a little bit of page 8, line 1, and line 13, line 2, and line 14. And when you go over to page 9, you kind of expand on the exercises. Okay, so like I just said to Mike, on page 9, line 1, it's now a 4-measure increment. And the last measure is just straight ahead triplets. But when I do this, what I'm concerned about is not so much the difference between the 8th note straight up and down and the 8th note triplet. I'm listening to the sound and positioning of my sticks. So it's not about speed, it's about perfection of sound. And that's what the book is. But look at the stick heights. They're all coming down from the same spot. If I'm doing in the full stroke position, I'm coming down, down. My right and my left are sounding the same. So what we're doing now, like I said, I'm going to do it in half strokes. Are you familiar with the level system, Pierre? You know, the sticking heights or sticking positions? That's the free stroke, the downstroke, the tap, and the upstroke. That's the control stroke. Sticking positions or sticking heights. This is the full stroke position, the half stroke position, and the quarter stroke position. You familiar with that, Pierre? Okay. Now, we're going to go do, again, I'll do it a couple times, line 1. At 1:30, I'm going to keep my, we'll go over it a little bit. We're going to do this at this tempo, and my sticking heights are going to be all the same. So I get, theoretically, I'm supposed to get my right side and my left side, they should sound equal. So I'm going to do this. I'm not going to tag on a vamp, I'm just going to play the line. Alright, and go back over and over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the sticking heights. So on and so forth. Now where I left off before, when you first came here, is I did the line like that, and I'll do all the lines like that, okay? And you know, I'll complete the line. It's got that the last measure is the straight ahead triplet. What I like to do with this is tag on a vamp. And now by vamping, I don't mean like we usually do an eighth note vamp, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. What we're going to do the vamp is we're going to play the line. The last measure that we're playing is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we're going to use that as the vamp for 4 measures. So I'm going to play the line, and at the end of the line I'm going to tag on a 4 measure vamp. Here we go. We got that straight? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Last measure. Vamp. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Back. 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. And I'll do that at a variety of tempos. Now, what's good about this, you know, I'm working on my singles. If I turn it up a little bit, let's go to 180. I'm going to tag on the vamp. I'm going to play it with the vamp at this tempo. 1, 2. My sticks are lower. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. 3, 4, 1, 2. Vamp. And I'll do that for a while. Then I challenge it. I want to develop some endurance for my single strokes. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll play the line for a while, and I'll set the timer, actually. Let's say I'll set the timer for 5 minutes. I'll do the line as written with the vamp for 2 minutes. When I get to the 3 minute mark, I'll just play the vamp for 3 minutes. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be playing single strokes for 3 minutes, and when the timer goes off, I have the option of either stopping or going back to the line. After 3 or 4 minutes of doing singles, I think you want to stop. And it's a lot of singles. And it's not about speed, it's relaxation. You're experiencing the relaxation. All right, let me try doing it just for a little bit. Here we go. Oh man, what is wrong with this left hand today? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vamp. 3, 4. Expand them out. Now I'll do that for 3 or 4 minutes. We all see that? We all understand that? And that carries on the whole page. Whether the sequence is, well, on this page there is no double right. The triple he doesn't give you the triplet like this. And you get some triplets. Now that's doing it in 4. And like I was telling Mike before, when I was with Joe Morello, we had a metronome. It was the Franz. I don't know if they even make them anymore. The Franz metronome, and it had a dial in the front that only went up to 208, and it had a flashing light on the top. And I would work with that metronome. It was a good metronome at the time. And I figured, well, if I get this at 208, I've done it, man. That's cool. I'm sorry to repeat this, Mike, but I need to. Okay, and after I got to 208, Mr. Joe says, all right, Patella, now we're going to go to 104. And we're going to work up to 208. Cut time. So instead of me thinking of the line as 1 and 2 and 3, 4, now I'm thinking 1 E and the 2 and So, and then I would start that first without the vamp, just playing the line. Now it's still a 4 measure increment, so I'm still thinking, I'm not thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking 1 E into 2, 1 E into 2, and 1 E into 2, and. So now I'm going to play the line, and I'm going to play the last measure and go back to the beginning of the line. So I have, sorry, 1, 2, here we go, 3, 4. And I'd expand, I'd hold the vamp out like so, 1, 2, 3. For 3 or 4 minutes. I'm not going to do that for you. I mean, that's, to me, it's not a waste of time, but I'm just showing you. And if, you know, I'm not here to perform, I'm here to explain. This is a educational, instructional platform. Okay? Now, there's a lot that you missed tonight here. If you can make 8 o'clock, we'll be back on here Monday, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Okay? Now, it's like 9 o'clock and I started at 8, and I need to move on. I wish I could spend more time. Okay, so again, now remember, first of all, I'm going to be here on Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday. Mike Clark, if you're familiar with him, and I will be sitting here, and we're going to be talking and explaining and demonstrating hand techniques. Okay? Besides hand technique, concepts, music sections, and funk patterns and everything. So tell your friends, everybody, and have them come. It's free. It's Sunday at 2 p.m. So Sunday at 2 p.m., Mike and I will be sitting here talking and having a grand old time and having a lot of fun, talking about different concepts. So Pierre and Mike and whoever else is in here, that would be great. Okay, gentlemen, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, Pierre, with the email, and you too, Michael, as well. You guys have a great night. I'll be back on Sunday, 2 p.m. Again, tell all your friends. Jose, where'd you come from? You've been here all the while, Jose? Jose Arroyo? Is that how you? You're welcome, Mike. Jose, you're new here, Florida. Did you get my email, Jose? Let me put my email in there again. Alright, well, you're a little late. Let me put my email in here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, well, here's what you want to do, Jose. Just like Pierre and Mike have been doing. Email me, and I will send you, if there's PDF for lessons, I will send you for the remainder of the month, the agenda, what we're going to do next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday until September. Okay, and I'll send PDF files with that. So email me, I'll put you on my email list, and you know, we'll hook up and we'll tell your friends, Jose, about Sunday. Sunday at 2 p.m., the great Mike Clark. Man, that guy's so funky, he can play so well. Man, is he good. Okay, gentlemen, I need to sign off right now. So you gentlemen have a great time, and hopefully we'll see everybody Sunday. Email me, Jose. Have a good night, gentlemen.